Have you ever wondered what happens at your local zoo after closing time? Well, the night shift workers at Sunshine Zoo wish they never found out, because their newest resident isn't just any ordinary bear. It started 3 months ago when the zoo acquired what they believed was a rare Kodiak bear from a private collector. The paperwork seemed legitimate, the transport went smoothly, and initially everything appeared normal. The bear, dubbed Magnus by staff, was massive even by Kodiak standards, weighing nearly 800 pounds with an unusually intelligent gaze that seemed to follow visitors wherever they went. But as daylight workers began heading home and the skeleton night crew took over, Magnus revealed his true nature. The first incident happened on a Tuesday evening when security guard Jake Martinez was making his routine rounds. Through the infrared cameras, he watched in horror as the bear's form began to contort and stretch. Bones cracked audibly through the security speakers as Magnus rose onto his hind legs, but instead of dropping back down, he continued growing taller. Within minutes, what had been a bear now stood 7 feet tall with elongated limbs, fingers tipped with razor-sharp claws, and eyes that glowed an unnatural amber in the darkness. The creature's face retained ursine features, but stretched into something disturbingly human-like. Most terrifying of all, it seemed to understand exactly where the cameras were positioned, turning to stare directly into each one before vanishing into the shadows of its enclosure. The transformation wasn't random. Every single night, precisely 30 minutes after sunset, Magnus would undergo this horrifying metamorphosis. The zoo's veterinarian, Dr. Juliana Heese, initially suspected some form of genetic mutation or unknown disease. She installed additional monitoring equipment and even attempted to sedate the animal during transformation, but the creature proved remarkably resistant to tranquilizers. What's worse, Magnus began showing signs of intelligence that defied explanation. He learned the night staff's patrol routes within days, positioning himself strategically to remain just out of sight while somehow managing to appear in reflections of windows and mirrors throughout the facility. Workers reported feeling constantly watched, hearing footsteps that shouldn't exist, and finding massive humanoid prints in areas the bear couldn't possibly reach. The situation escalated when night janitor Maria Santos discovered that Magnus had somehow manipulated the electronic lock on his enclosure. Security footage showed the creature's elongated fingers working the keypad with disturbing precision, though he never actually escaped. Instead, he seemed content to prove he could leave whenever he chose. Zoo management faces an impossible dilemma. Magnus shows no aggression during daylight hours, appearing to be nothing more than an unusually large but normal bear. Transferring him would require explaining the impossible, and who would believe such an outlandish story? The night shift workers now patrol in pairs, carrying emergency radios and avoiding the bear exhibit entirely after dark. They've nicknamed their tormentor the Shapeshifter, and some have begun looking for new employment rather than face another night under those glowing amber eyes. But here's the most chilling part. Last week, Dr. Heese discovered something that changes everything about Magnus's origins.